Hi, Cancer. Welcome into your mid-April 2023 Money and Career Tarot reading. I, of course, want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, but keep in mind as we proceed, it is general for the remainder of your month, and potentially a bit before, given I am a bit late posting this, but just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And I more than appreciate the love and support as always, the likes, the comments, and of course, subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. And of course, remember to check out all of your placements within your chart. But I did pre-pull some tea leaf cards. 6 in total for you, which is a lot so far. 3 of which feeling like the main energies, and then 3 of which being extra messages, which may or may not pertain to your situation, but I felt the need to keep them either way. We're starting with the marriage card, okay? This talking about highlighting one of not multiple commitments of importance for you, some of which noticing that you do want to commit to something new, or that continuation of wanting to acquire that new situation. But with that said and done, there are opportunities awaiting you, okay? Doors to potentially open, but it's up to you to trust your Cancerian intuition in regards to whether that door is going to be enough for you, of value to you, okay? Is it going to be something that's going to go the distance? Or is it something you might walk through just to acquire something sooner, and then you end up walking out of it just soon after that? Does that make sense? A quick flame to go out, if you will, needing to think logically, but to trust your intuition through it all. But I feel like whatever you are continuing the commitment to, the foundation, I feel like is going to benefit you. This commitment is shining for all to see, okay? If you're online, absolutely in that sense, in the public eye in a different way. I feel like people who are close to you or just entering or re-entering your life are noticing how successful you're meant to be, or remembering this through the acquiring of what you're meant to, okay? But more so in regards to what you produce, develop, achieve, what you're simply talented and good at, okay? Because the third of the main 3, bear with me, is the success card. So there's glimmering, shining success for you to look forward to in the remainder of the month. And this is setting you up for more success in the upcoming months. I feel as if there is a very conquering vibe about you, where you may just find the remainder of April, and this might already have been happening to you being drawn to this reading, where Spirit's reminding you, or you just kind of get flashbacks to certain difficulties, okay? Whether it's more so in regards to past investments, like an attempt to move in the right direction for you, but that didn't work out in your favor, and or it just didn't work out in the end, or had to come to an end, a very tower moment kind of situation. Could have been one of not multiple jobs and or business that needed to come to an end, or just did, okay? And I feel like for some, you're being reminded of who you shouldn't trust, but also one of not multiple people you worked with and or lived with that maybe stabbed you in the back, or just didn't end up having your back in the end, even if they didn't stab it. Anyways, this is to keep things in perspective for you. It's to even prepare you for one of not multiple decisions, choices, changes in your favor moving forward. But the 3 random ones that we got over here, new home, new attitude, the Broom card. So I feel like naturally there's going to be a vibe of you needing to, or maybe being pushed to clean up, to tidy the home environment and or work environment, to make sure you're thinking clearly, to even help the energy of that situation, to keep your vibe at an all-time high, right? Your vibration. But they're pushing you to remember when you moved into a new home, whether it's the one you're in now or a past one, and how that changed you. Okay, it changed your outlook. How when you step into, I mean, you might be moving into a new place of residence or acquiring one for the foreseeable future that might pertain to you, but there's a focus on when you first move into a new place of residence, that sort of go-lucky, kind of giddy feeling, that freshness. There's something about that taking a highlight, okay? Regardless of whether you're moving or not. But these 2 cards coinciding, okay? The chair filled and the chair empty card, or reverse that. Talking about someone leaving your life and someone new entering, okay? But I do feel as if this could be at home and or at work. There's a focus on the fact that who and what is meant to stick with you is just gonna stick with you, right? But it feels like this might benefit you greatly. Some of which it might be somebody who you do like working with and or living with, and now you're kind of seeing them leave your situation, or you might be leaving that situation, but it feels more so for the majority drawn to the reading. This is somebody that will leave and things will improve in one, if not multiple ways, for some overall. But let's move on to the tarot. I feel like you have to catch your breath. You have a lot going on, and I feel like a lot of which are taking care of themselves pretty consistently or just every once in a while, sporadically. And this is helping you feel good in tip-top shape, but then does exhaust you. Okay, so there's healing that needs to take place. We also have the Tortoise card at the bottom talking about slowly but surely getting ahead. Okay, given we are stepping into Mercury retrograde, I wouldn't be surprised if you are accomplishing a lot, but not feeling the need to, or you just can't simply force it. And so therefore you're moving slowly, accomplishing slowly, but Spirit's saying if you take a step back, you're getting a lot done. Okay. Okay, the Five of Swords. Interesting. I just put the Five of Swords over by the chair card, or the chair cards talking about stress. But I feel like for some, your spirituality could be where you're working, what you're running, certain obstacles tying into that. Ooh, some heavy energies. The Nine of Swords as well, because I feel like for some, your dreams and your spirituality, the effective energy is stressing you out. I'm hearing for some a lack of sleep. I did hear right before beginning recording, and it's interesting I'm now mentioning it. I heard the channel message of counting down the days. There's something you're anticipating, waiting for, even desiring, I feel the need to say. But I feel like regardless of these heavy energies, the Nine of Swords and the Five of Swords once again, we have the Knight of Wands. A bit of a guarded vibe about you. I did also see the control your anger or you will find yourself regretting it, however that works for you. But obviously take what resonates, as I'm being drawn to the volcano. But I do feel like there's a focus on you being a bit guarded, a bit protective over what you want, what you wish to see come to be, what you've been working on, okay? But there's a passionate, moving kind of vibe about you, but I'm now seeing the Knight of Pentacles. Again, not moving ultra quickly. At times you might find the speed picking up in a situation and you're just still moving quite slowly, okay? Or you might even pick up pace a little bit, but that's very fleeting, temporary, okay? They're also saying any moments of annoyance or difficulty, obstacles, that is as well a fleeting moment, fleeting obstacle that you will easily overcome, or will take a step back or redirect your focus, and it will no longer be anything to be concerned about. It will no longer be there when you get back. Does that make sense? Apply it to your situation. But you're moving, accomplishing, achieving quite passionately, and people are seeing this. It's very evident. You're very good at whatever you do or whatever you're beginning. But I feel like you're burnt out. Okay, that's again a vibe. We're gonna put that over there. Just don't want to talk about the heavy energies anymore. But they're saying in your alone time, whether you're working alone or you're at home spending time in your hermit mode, being pushed to remember that you are a true leader, guiding the way for yourself and for other people in your own individual way. You're an example. And I feel like it's the remainder of April that proves to you in certain ways and reminds you, you are a manifesting machine at this time, and whatever you wish to see come to be as far as adjustments, changes, the removal, or adding on, right? The acquiring, as I'm being drawn back to the door card, it's yours, okay? Or it's no longer yours, however it looks for you. You just are so in control, but you forget that at times, okay? I do feel like there's a magical way about how you speak, convey, create. There's expressing, creating with your hands for some, okay? The work of a Cancer will impress. Beautiful. But again, I feel like you do need to catch your breath. There's a focus on your mind, okay? Your Cancerian mind and how it is a very complex tool to be used to your advantage. So make sure you keep that in mind when you do feel the focus on certain imperfections, annoyances that are temporary once again, or when you feel certain negative thoughts coming about, okay? Okay, feel much better. Interesting. The Ten of Pentacles and the Death card. There's a focus on endings, new beginnings, and the fact that you're meant to be wealthy. I would watch the Libra reading, but I feel like all the meanwhile you're being pushed to recognize that what you did not pursue or continue or just felt was out of your hands and came to an end, some of which that was tied into spiritual messing with, you are going to find that this is leading you towards more money. There's a feeling that money's popping up left and right, so maybe watch the Sagittarius reading, okay, and the Leo reading. But I do feel as if all the meanwhile, there's a need to manage that money wisely. Don't overspend. I feel like being drawn to this reading, you have been. You might be feeling a bit judgmental, I'm getting, okay? When it comes to who you're living with and or working with. Might even be when you're out and about spending money, even if it's on necessary things, say groceries or just to take care of yourself, the necessities in life. It's like certain people you can't help but just look at them in a bit of a judgmental light, and then Spirit's saying, let's tread carefully with that, okay? Because it feels like in certain ways you're receiving certain levels of good karma. We don't want you to be receiving any levels of negative karma, okay? They're saying what goes around comes around. And I feel like that's taking focus in a negative sense when it comes to somebody else, however that looks for you. The Six of Swords, when something feels unhealthy, step away. But again, there's a focus on what you left behind, okay? What you sailed away from or just decided to sail towards and then didn't actually follow through with it. All purposeful, okay? And I do feel like there's the potential for someone to be putting effort towards a door opening for you at the beginning or middle of May, okay? Spirit saying the delay, the timing of everything is purposeful. It feels like some of which there is in between stage that is being highlighted, but there's a ton to be accomplished. There's a ton to, even if it's just healing or cleaning things up. But I feel like either way, your hard work is paying off, okay? And on more than one level, there's reasons to celebrate, okay? It's a very successful time for you where your commitments, your hard work is paying off and you're manifesting a ton once again. And you're gonna see things pay off for you even more so in the upcoming months, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the remainder to your month, and I'll definitely see you next time.